Have you noticed your engine running rough lately? Or maybe you have smelled a heavy scent of unburnt gasoline coming from your tailpipe after a long drive? If you plug in your scanner and see the code P02B3, your car is telling you that cylinder number 7 is running way too rich and is basically drowning in fuel. This is an OBD2 code that applies to almost any gasoline vehicle on the road today, whether you are driving a Dodge truck or a high-end BMW. Basically, the PCM, which is your engine computer, uses the fuel trim system to keep the air and fuel mix perfect by listening to the oxygen sensors. When the exhaust is too rich, meaning there is too much gas and not enough air, the computer tries to compensate by shortening the pulse of the fuel injectors, which is called negative fuel trim. Usually, a car stays within a range of 0 to 10%, but once that negative trim hits a wall at around 25% and still cannot fix the problem, it throws this code to let you know it has run out of options. You should take this seriously because a rich condition can quickly destroy your expensive catalytic converter or lead to a dead engine on a busy highway. You might see a drop in your gas mileage, a delayed start in the morning, or even feel a constant misfire while you are sitting at a red light. The most common reasons for this headache are a leaking fuel injector that is stuck open, a bad fuel pressure regulator, or a faulty sensor like the MIF, which is the mass airflow sensor, or the MIP, which is the manifold air pressure sensor. Before you start pulling things apart, check for any other codes related to those sensors and fix them first. A good way to start is by looking at the fuel rail and checking the vacuum line on the pressure regulator for any signs of raw gas, which would mean the internal diaphragm has failed. If everything looks dry, you will need to use a fuel pressure gauge to see if the system is pushing too much pressure, which would force too much gas into the cylinders. If the pressure is within the manufacturer specs, then you need to focus specifically on cylinder number 7. You can use a DVOM to check for a steady ground pulse from the computer to the injector, or even use a simple mechanic stethoscope to listen for a healthy clicking sound while the engine is idling. If that injector is silent or clicking irregularly, it is likely clogged or broken and needs to be replaced. Remember to be extremely careful when working around high-pressure fuel systems, and always clear your codes and test drive the vehicle after a repair to make sure the PCM is happy with the new fuel balance. If the code persists after replacing the injector and checking the wiring, you might be looking at a rare computer failure, but always rule out the simple mechanical leaks first before blaming the electronics.